the deep dive. This is where we take your source material and, well, no matter how dense or seemingly disconnected it is.
Do you find the thread?
Exactly. We distill it right down into the crucial insights you need. And today we have a really ambitious stack. I mean, it jumps from global metrics on government tech all the way to the bedrock procedures of litigation.
It's a real study in contrast, isn't it? You've got the future of governance on one hand and the enduring mechanism of law on the other.
So what's our mission for you today?
Our primary focus is to synthesize this massive, and I mean accelerating, global shift toward digital government and smart cities. We'll look at the UN-backed scorecards, the policies driving it, and where the tech is actually having a tangible impact.
Right, but we also can't ignore that other track.
No, we can't. That essential legal context is a fascinating sidebar we'll get to.
Perfect. So our mission is to show you not just this rapid acceleration of digital statecraft, but also the established and sometimes much slower legal reality it all rests on.
A great way to put it.
Okay, let's unpack this transformation first. Let's start at the global level. It's impossible to grasp this shift without acknowledging the sheer scale of the benchmarking.
Right.
Our sources point to the 2020 UN e-Government Survey. That one's huge. It measured development worldwide. Marking, 20 years of tracking this?
20 years. Okay. And what that 2020 report shows is a profound acceleration. This is not incremental change. The E-Government Development Index, the EGDI, it confirms these overwhelmingly positive trends. Global digital capacity is just surging forward.
So what does that acceleration look like in, hard numbers?
Well, in 2020, 57 countries hit the very high EGDI value.
Okay, what does very high mean?
It's a score between 0.75 and 1.00. And to put that in perspective, that number of countries in the top tier, it's a 43% increase from just 2 years earlier, in 2018.
Wait, a 43% leap in 2 years? That's staggering. What's driving that? Is it just that the tech is more available, or is something else going on?
It's the latter. It's definitely the latter. The sources show the biggest movement is because the leading countries are adopting these really sophisticated, forward-looking strategies. They're embracing frontier technology.
So it's about vision, not just spending.
Exactly. It's vision. And here's where it gets really insightful for you. Of those top-performing nations, 11 of them have specific national strategies for emerging tech. We're talking AI, deep machine learning, blockchain.
So they're not waiting for the technology to just land on their desk.
No, they're building policies to maximize its use from day one. And this is the critical shift from reactive to predictive governance. They aren't just processing paperwork faster.
So what are they doing?
These governments are actively seeking user feedback, they're collecting usage stats, and this is the most important part, they're often anticipating what users need before the public even asks.
Think about that. A service provider that knows what you need before you even realize you need to make a request.
Precisely.
So the state shifts from being a passive administrator to an active...
a data-driven participant.
A data-driven participant in a citizen's life. And that kind of transition, it requires one thing above all else: data.
That's it. Data is the heart of digital government. That's a phrase championed by places like Singapore. And along with that predictive push, there's a huge push for transparency.
Which we see in the huge jump in open government data portals, the OGD portals.
A massive jump.
Right. We went from just 24% of countries having these portals in 2014 to 80% in 2020. That seems like a home run. A four-fold increase in access to government information.
It is a major positive step, absolutely. But here's the key policy gap you need to see. The infrastructure is still outpacing the regulation.
How so?
Of the 153 countries with those OGD portals, only 114 actually have an official, dedicated OGD policy in place.
So the front door is open, but the rules for the house aren't fully written yet. If the infrastructure is outpacing the legal framework, how do governments prevent, mission creep or data breaches before the policy catches up? Doesn't that create a huge vulnerability?
It creates a necessity for highly skilled technical controls and really international cooperation. And that tension infrastructure versus policy, it's so visible in complex global operations.
Like what?
Like customs and international trade. Customs organizations are a perfect case study. They're moving so fast from traditional risk management, which is mostly just checking documents, toward a concept called decision intelligence.
Okay, let's unpack decision intelligence. That sounds technical. What is it doing in the real world?
In simple terms, it means moving beyond looking at one single shipping container, one document, in isolation. Decision intelligence uses sophisticated tech data fusion, machine learning, and something called link analysis.
Link analysis, like a network map.
Exactly, like graph or network visualization, it finds suspicious, hidden connections.
So instead of asking, is this container legit? They're asking, is this specific consignor using this broker shipping this merchandise on a route that connects to a known criminal network?
You've got it. They're detecting connections between shipments, brokers, financial records, all of it. But the challenge is that the data comes from everywhere. Company registries, bills of lading, government databases, and unstructured stuff, too, like X-ray images.
Okay, so if you have data coming from 100 different vendors, different scanning machines, different software, how on earth do you make sure they can all talk to each other instantly?
The answer is strict interoperability and standards. The sources call it open architecture, or OA, in screening operations. OA just ensures that hardware, software, algorithms from different suppliers can all be integrated easily. No proprietary lock-in.
It's like making sure every phone charger uses the same USB standard.
That's a perfect analogy. And a great example of this is the WCO-sponsored Unified X-ray file format, UFFV 2.0.
And that's widely used.
It's a widely adopted global standard now for these inspection devices. And what that means for you is that a customs officer in Rotterdam can instantly read and analyze a complex X-ray image from a device in China or Germany. It's critical for keeping global trade moving securely.
That's a powerful example of global policy driving real-world standards.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you've got bodies like the ITU providing recommendations for digital identity infrastructure, which is foundational to everything.
And that brings us right back to that tension around data retention and privacy. It's fascinating. Even private companies like Google and their privacy policies, they detail that they keep some data for longer periods for legitimate business or, and this is the key part, for legal purposes.
Things like fraud prevention or financial record keeping.
Right. Security, fraud, all of it. They're essentially building these vast data archives that have to be legally defensible.
And they know they engage with regulators on complaints.
Yes, which just shows how deeply entangled data collection is across public and private systems, and how legal compliance is a huge driver for data archiving.
Okay, so let's shift gears now. Let's move from the national and global level down to the local. Because here, the picture gets a bit more challenging.
It certainly does.
That success we see nationally, it doesn't always translate so well to the local level. The performance of city portals, measured by the Local Online Services Index, or LOSI. The average value is a pretty mediocre 0.43.
It's a really clear indicator of a gap in local e-government. City portals are great at content provision, just putting information online, and they're widely accessible on mobile, but they really struggle with delivering actual services that require real integration.
How bad is that service gap?
It's pretty bad. Only 7% of the city portals they assessed met 75% to 100% of the services listed in that category. It just shows how hard it is to translate a national mandate into a complex municipal service, like getting a construction permit.
But when they do get it right, efficiency gains are just enormous. Our sources have some incredible, tangible aha moments at the city level.
Oh, absolutely. Look at Hangzhou, China, in traffic management. They use video analysis and AI algorithms to manage traffic signals in real time.
What was the result?
An 11% increase in average traffic speed and a 10% reduction in travel time. That's immediate, tangible relief for millions of people.
Or look at public services, like school bus routes. Boston Public Schools, they have this massive transportation budget, highest in the U.S., with something like $2,000 per student per year.
And it used to take them 4 weeks of manual work just to route all the buses.
So an MIT algorithm called Quantum used Google Maps to optimize those routes. The result, they cut 50 buses from the fleet, an 8% reduction, and cut CO2 emissions by 20,000 pounds a day.
And the algorithm solved it in about 30 minutes. Think about the labor saved, the budget savings, the environmental impact. That's the ultimate promise of smart city tech.
It's a truly powerful case for AI and governance. Even customer service is getting automated. Dubai has a chatbot called Ramas.
Right, it's a 247 virtual employee. It learns from customer inquiries to streamline transactions. It just shifts government responsiveness into a whole new gear.
But these advancements can't be deployed everywhere equally, which brings us to the digital divide. It's still a huge issue, and it's highly correlated with geography. geography urban versus rural, and with income.
The challenges are particularly acute for certain groups, small island developing states or SIDs.
Why them specifically?
They often face extremely high costs for ICT infrastructure. We're not talking about a small premium. In some Pacific islands, the cost of mobile broadband is more than 5% of their gross national income per capita.
So access itself is a massive economic barrier.
Massive barrier. And on top of that, their infrastructure is so vulnerable to natural disasters. A single hurricane can wipe out years of digital progress.
So capacity building digital literacy becomes absolutely critical.
It's about moving beyond just deploying infrastructure and focusing on deep skill development. Singapore, for instance, has its digital clinic. It's one-on-one assistance, often with corporate volunteers, helping seniors get online one person at a time.
And on the professional side, you see deep technical competence becoming a requirement. China Customs, for example.
Right, they require officers at the division director level or above to get no less than 100 knowledge credits every year.
And this isn't just sitting through a PowerPoint.
No, you have to pass a test after taking the training courses to prove you actually acquired the knowledge. Digital literacy is becoming a mandated professional skill, not just a personal choice.
Okay, so we've established that predictive governance relies on building these massive linked data sets. And the retention of that data is key for efficiency and for legal purposes, as we saw. So let's make that leap now and look at the legal process that underpins all of this.
Yes, it's a critical, often overlooked area in your sources. The legal system is the mechanism for accountability. And a major foundational document we saw is the demand letter.
Right. For anyone in a potential dispute, the demand letter is the shot across the bow. Our sources say drafting one usually involves consulting established legal forms, like from Lane's Goldstein litigation forms.
And that's to make sure every necessary legal point is covered. The demand letter has to clearly establish the basis and the severity of the claim. It sets the stage for either settlement or litigation.
There was a really powerful example in there.
The one about the defective crib. A sample letter to an insurer after a child died. The letter stressed that liability was reasonably clear.
What made it reasonably clear in that context?
Well, the letter laid out that the manufacturer was fully aware of the risks of infant entrapment. There had been at least 5 other reported deaths from the exact same hazard.
So it uses prior knowledge and existing case history
to apply maximum legal pressure right from the start.
That level of detail, that documentation, all from data and record, is so critical. But if a case doesn't settle, what's a practical timeline people should expect?
If we look at civil matters like medical malpractice cases, the sources say the typical time from filing a lawsuit until a case even gets a trial date is substantial, between 1.5 and 2 years.
And that's just to get a date on the calendar.
That's just the starting point, before the trial even begins.
Wow, that's a stark contrast, isn't it? We were just talking about systems optimizing traffic routes in milliseconds and predicting service needs instantly. But when something goes wrong, when a dispute arises, the mechanical reality of accountability means just getting to a trial date can take 2 years.
It creates this incredible tension in modern life. You have the global rush to make government services instant, optimized, predictive, using these vast linked data sets.
From custom systems to smart city algorithms.
Right. And given that this push requires linking information across agencies and involves data retention for those essential legal purposes, here's a provocative thought for you to consider.
Lay it on us.
How will societies ensure that this massive capacity being built for efficiency and security, which relies on instantaneous data fusion and automated decisions, how do we ensure it remains subordinate to the principles of transparency and due process?
So how do you balance the speed of digital governance where decisions are made in microseconds?
That right there is the essential challenge of merging the